Well, when you think back about your year, a lot of pretty cool things you got to do, getting the opportunity to start with the Kings, getting the opportunity to play in a lot of NHL games. What was that like for you, and how could you bring that into your summer and kind of, take that next step?
Yeah, I think it was great. It was great to get a little taste of it up there. Obviously, it's something you work towards every year, every summer. Yeah, it was definitely fun. And now you want to get back there. You want to do everything you can in the summer to get ready to, because everyone's gonna work hard. You just got to push a little extra to make sure that you're ready.
Can you describe the confidence that knowing that you played with the Kings, you can play at that level? What the confidence did after that, coming back to the Reign?
Yeah, it was a confidence boost. It when I came down, I thought that I can't let off the gas. Of course, you still got to keep going and got to help the team. So I felt that it was. I don't really know how to describe it. I think it was just in my head. It was just I'm down here now. I got to do the job down here, trying to get the team, help the team the best I can, but also trying to improve and do a couple of things that they told me that I have to work on. Yeah.
In the AHL, seemed like your minutes were up for sure this year. You got on a consistent line with Studs and Sammy towards the end, but I feel like the last couple of years you were obviously playing a lot with Sammy. You were playing a lot of different guys, but it seems like now you kind of cemented yourself as when you are with the Reign, you're getting a lot more minutes. How much is that helpful? Because obviously at the NHL level, that wasn't where you were at. You're getting more limited time, so having that more ice time when you're back at this level probably helps a little bit too.
Yeah, it does. I think it's all about adapting to roles, and different players do it differently too. But for me, I mean, from playing limited minute up there to playing a lot here, I think it only helped me, and I think it was good for me too. I think Marco put a lot of trust in me during the season. So yeah, obviously, like I think it was really good for me. And as you mentioned, playing with Studs and Sammy, I kind of had to adapt a little bit. We weren't really like the checking line that we were last year with Sammy and Wardo there, but I think it worked well as well. I think we had a good chemistry towards the end, and obviously in playoffs, couldn't get it in, and but yeah, those are two great players, and I think I adapted to that role while still playing my part of my game pretty good.
Part of your game is that physicality. Is that something that you've always leaned on in your career, or would you say that how physical you've been changed when you got here?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think I've always had it. I've always had that mindset because I've been pretty tall my whole life, and I know that I can use it in my favor. But when I got here from college, it was a big jump. In college, I was more, like a first or second liner who would hit sometimes, but was trying to make plays as well. And as I said earlier, I think it's adapting to roles. I know that I have it, and I know when I do it, I feel I play at my best games when I play physical and with a lot of emotions. So yeah, I think it's a mix of everything. But also, I like to play physical, and I think that's a very big part of my game.
How different was it when you were trying to learn Coach Hiller in the NHL and you're on that bench? Because it also seemed like he had some confidence in you as well. Even threw you out there with Kobe for a couple shifts on some of those times that he was blending up the lineup a little bit. What was it like, kind of learning his style and then going back and forth between the two?
It was good. I think I knew what he expected from me, and I also think he saw that I could be the player that he kind of wants me to be in different situations. That I have that ability, and coming down here with Marco, I think, as I said earlier, I think the trust I built with him over the past years has been just progressing. So I mean, yeah, it's two different coaches, and it's two different roles. And I think I still can work on a lot of things on my part, but I think I adapted to both of them pretty good.
And then when you think back to January when you got your first NHL goal, is that kind of like a monkey off the back that like you go up, down, but at least you have that goal? And what'd you do with the puck?
Like I have the puck back in Sweden. We shipped it back, but for the monkey off the back, I wasn't really thinking about that so much. You know, even down here, I don't think about scoring every time. And obviously it's really nice to score, but in my opinion, I had other things that I thought would. Other things that I was thinking about, basically playing good defensively or playing good defensively, being physical and all that stuff. And I think if I do that, then I'll get rewarded eventually. But I do think though that scoring goals is one thing I can work on more. If I think back to college, I think I scored a lot more there than I do here. So I know I have it, and it's just something I got to work on when I go back home too. But yeah, the puck is back in Sweden.
What are your plans for the summer? I know you usually spend some time in Sweden. Anything else that you're changing or want to alter for this year when you get back?
We'll see. I think I'm gonna spend some time in Sweden for sure. I have my workout group there, so I'll be going there, and then we'll see how long I'm gonna be staying here. But yeah, I think I'll do the majority of my workout back in Sweden with him, because I think he's worked past the past years, and he knows what the Kings want. He knows what I want, so I think he does a really good job there. So
This year, you're an example of somebody who obviously played pretty lengthy stints with both teams, not just like a game or two. Like you were up there for a while, but now that you've been here for a couple of years, it seems like the way that this group is, whether it's Reign or Kings, everyone is so close. It's almost like one big group. What's that been like to have that and have those relationships where you can kind of walk into either room and it doesn't really feel like it's that much different? It's kind of the same thing almost.
yeah, it's helpful. It's very helpful. I think even for travel and stuff like that, I know in other teams could take a day to get to either team. But I mean, we had a great group of guys with the Reign and a great group of guys in the Kings too, and I think they welcomed me up there with open arms and big smiles. So there's nothing bad I can say about that. And we had a really tight group with Reign, as I said. So yeah.
What do you think that from last year to this year was missing for the playoffs? Obviously falling short and not having the performance you guys wanted. It's such a small sample size with just the 2 games, but last year it seemed like everyone came out and had such a good run. What do you feel like maybe was some of the differences there?
I think if I compare last year, first of all, San Jose is a good team. They gave us 2 really good games. I think the first game we didn't come out prepared enough, focused enough. We talked about it in the locker room. We wasn't focused. We weren't adjusted, or we didn't adapt to where we were playing. So I think the mindset of the group were not there. In the second game, I think we realized like we need to dial in. We need to focus on hockey, not everything around. And I think we played a much better game. Obviously, didn't get the bounce with us, and that happens sometimes. Obviously, sad. But if I just look back, I think the mindset was a big part of it. Or not mindset, just kind of focus. And I think San Jose, as I said, they have a good team. I think their fourth line's heavy. I think every player in their team did their role, and we weren't just good enough.